as part of a weekly diary. I'm going to share my win of the week and my fail of the week as a 7-figure business owner. I jumped on a client call with a client that was very unhappy. They had sent me a personal email expressing their dissatisfaction with where they were at in their timeline, with where they were in the deliverables, just overall with the quality of our work. And that is something that is so hard for most people to hear, and it's something that is always hard for any creative to hear regardless. In the past, I would have dwelled on a situation like this and it would have spiraled in my head for days until I spoke to this client. And along with letting something like that spiral, you might avoid the conversation, you might think of all these other worst case scenarios, right? So what I tend to do now is the exact opposite of that. I want to get on the call with the client as quickly as possible. I want to gather as much information as possible from my team so I can understand what might have gone wrong, what we could have done better. And then when I get on the call with the client, I just listen. And so that has to be my biggest win of the week at the same time, because by listening to this client and just hearing quite honestly where they were at and where things went wrong, we were able to really quickly identify areas where we could have done things better, but also things that were just quite honestly miscommunicated in the expectations that the client had, miscommunications that happened in our process. Once we were able to sort those out, I realized that I myself have come a long way in dealing with these kinds of situations, but it ended up being a win of the week for myself as well, because I realized that I no longer have that pattern of just dwelling on a situation, because I have learned how to handle these situations with empathy by listening and by figuring out solutions and meeting clients in the middle to try to find reasonable solutions. They respect that too. It ends up turning the entire conversation around. So that is my win and my fail of the week. Hopefully that'll help you.